Howdy lovelies, how are you all doing? Welcome back to our crafting, where we learn, grow and craft together. Today's session is going to be a little bit different in the sense that we are going to look at ways to use other things. Now, I'm not going to bore you too much with a wide variety. I'm going to focus on packaging material today, specifically packaging material. As I had a few questions, ladies, that asked me, Mister, you always say you can use whatever is around you and you use packaging material, but how do I use it? Now, I hope I will be able to inspire you today and show you what I make. It's going to be a little bit difficult to show you everything, but I can talk you through it, so it will probably be like a little show and tell tips and tricks session. So without further ado, let's dive right into packaging material. To minimize the glare, let me swap this around. Let's see if that will be a little bit better. I'll just put this there. So I've got some, you will, if you are a Tim Holtz fan, you would recognize some of the packaging material. There are a few unfamiliar ones, but let's get into it. So I will start with this because the light is actually causing a bit of glare. So sorry for those that are light sensitive. Packaging material, I'll quickly talk about this. I use this either for shaker cards or tags even, and I use this in to cover the hole and the double layers. I also use it in my little specimen cards when I do want to show both sides. Then I will use this. If I only use, well, even if I just use one side, I will cover it up and cut it to size in the little specimen card. It can be a photo, it can be a pocket, it can be added as is to a journal where you can put in dried flowers. There's a lot that you can do with this. Do I keep everything? No, we cannot possibly, unless you have a house that you can call your craft room. Go for it. Don't start hoarding things. If you have to see my craft room, you will say, but I thought you said don't hoard. I've got loads of scrapbook paper that I haven't used in ages. But I love them so much. They're so pretty. And where I am, you don't often find reasonably priced paperbacks. It's quite expensive. So I use these things. Then let's get into the cardstock that comes from the packaging materials. Now this one, I just actually threw out the little thing. I wonder if I will be able to grab it. I do. It was in a little package like this. It goes in there probably this way around, so that shows to the front. So you can see that it's got that shelving punch out so that it can be hooked on, and it is from Daiso, which is a Japanese brand, with quite affordable thingies. So I take it out. This one was already a bit damaged. Not going to use it. Big old sticker at the back, so that one is discarded. With this, let's first finish this. I also sometimes use this as palettes. Let me grab one. When I'm inking and I don't want to clean up too much, or I want to go on to another project, I would then just do my inking of a tag or painting or whatever I want to do onto a cellophane packaging piece of plastic. And I use it over and over. If it's getting too dirty on the one side, I will flip it over to the other side, which you can see I've also used it. There's some white gesso on there. Lovely to stamp on with archival ink and then include as an overlay on your project. You can use some alcohol ink on this and go wild with it. Imagination. It's just playing with your stuff and see what you can do. So that's what I use this for mostly. I said you can include it in a journal. So that is it. Let's get this glaring stuff out of the way, and then we will talk about the pile in front. Now, packaging materials, these cardstock pieces, I don't want to throw this away because it's really very pretty with a vintage feel. Would I use it as is? Yes, easily. I would definitely put a piece of washi tape or something. Part of a collage will be beautiful. Then there's elements. Now, I will probably ink this up a little bit so that it's a more yellowy effect. What I do with the Daiso there, you can either cut it out or simply just add something on top of that. What would you add? Well, it can be anything. You can completely close all of that with a little tag. It can be a bigger thing. I'm just grabbing what's on my desk right now. It can be part of a collage. If you don't want to close all of that, you can add another piece. Let's show you with a different thing. Nobody would know that there was something there. You can add a sticker there, part of a bigger collage. Nobody would know. So I would want to use this one, and I will show you in a little bit what I do with that. Probably in the next session, what do we do? So just a talk through. This was washi tape that I ordered. Arrived. There's a lot of writing that I cannot read, which I probably would think is made in China, so it's Chinese. I don't even know the difference between the different scribbly languages. So this part, it could be a complete tag if you change it, alter it both sides, but I would love to, and let me show you. either use a craft knife or your pair of scissors. If you have a paper trimmer by now, you can use this. So this will be easy, and I am probably a little bit out of view here. I'll just push it back in so that we can see. So I'll just trim that part off. If you want to, you can discard this. This can be a tiny little tag. Remember our card, you can alter it, glue washi tape on it or whatever. I will probably not use such a big thing, but maybe like that. Just, I showed you, it's my old Emirates ID card. I use that, snip it over. You could use that part and use here, or just flip this and just make sure it's flush on the sides and on top, and just snip that part. And there you would have a beautiful little tag that didn't cost you anything. And you have that, yes, there is that little part that's still standing up where it was folded, but just burnish it with whatever card you have, or a bone folder, your fingernail, and there you have it. So we will use that one as well. Now, that is all just packaging material that would have been thrown away. This can easily be added the same way. There's some beautiful writing at the bottom. You can't read it, but it's beautiful. Let me see if I can bring it closer for you. At this point, I will be bringing the light back so that there's a little bit more light on the subject. If you look here, you can see the writing. It's got some old milk, which is sadly backwards, but if you're not too worried about it, yes, it says masking tape, but it was beautiful washi tape that I ordered. So how will we do that? That's easy. Again, labels. I always say it's an easy thing to add to any type thing, and who would even know that there was something there that shouldn't have been there? If you add it in a collage, it will be beautiful. So use it. If it's given to you, use it. Which triggers a thought when you are downloading stuff from Etsy, and some people that have got some other coffee shops, that KOFI coffee shop, where you can either make a donation to support them, or you can buy some of their digital stuff. They sometimes include a background print where the labels and whatever printable you are downloading is available on. So use those little things. It can be a strip. You can turn it into faux washi tape or faux tape. Use that. Same with this one. This was also from Daiso. It was beautiful, beautiful paper flowers. I have bought some time ago, quite a few years actually back, because when I buy things here, you don't always get it, so I normally tend to buy too much. So this one can be either a jumbo tag. Yes, sadly it's got a hole in there, but you can use it like this, cut it down, cut off the parts. That can be a beautiful part. You can use it in its entirety. You can make a booklet out of it, a cover. Of course, you're going to alter this. So this is a beautiful thing to be used. This, again, you can change it into a tag if you so wish. It can also be a beautiful bucket. If you had altered it, you can then glue it down. Obviously, this will then be completely covered in whatever washi tape, paper, it doesn't matter. And it can be glued down maybe there or just at the bottom and on the side. And it can be then a beautiful bucket. You don't even have to change the inside. You can simply, I would just trim those little bits off so that it's more at an angle. It will just make it too difficult to try and cover that with paper. And there you would have a bucket where you then can tuck something in. So if this was, use now your imaginative powers here. This was a beautiful tag that you've made with that little piece of scrap, and you can put it in there. How gorgeous would that be? So there are things that we can use. Then these were clear stamps. Sturdy. This is from Elizabeth Crafts Designs, and this was Globeland. It's just sturdy cardstock. That's why I haven't thrown it away yet. It can be used, it can be changed into tags, buckets, a little booklet, whatever. Tim Holtz. Now, Tim Holtz, let's finish the others first before I get to Tim Holtz, because you will hear me that I get quite political when I start working with these. Okay, this is another project that is in here, but let's put that one side. Again, these ones also, just great cardstock. Also stencils, you can see it says stencils. You can use this part as it is. I will show you. Well, mind you, I don't want to cut that off now, because this is a beautiful pocket by itself. Once you cover this, it will be awesome to use as it is. This side as well, it gives you another way. You can, that was the actual stencil that was in here. The back one with the postcard, not this flowery one. But this is a way that you can use these little flaps as pockets. It is easy then to decorate. You can use the cardstock for a label, a tag, anything, pockets, whatever you want to do. Isn't that a beautiful shape? You can copy it and cut it out again later. The same with this. Simple, can be straight down, or you can have that added piece there that is just gorgeous. So use this. These ones, these were stencils that I bought. It's a new, everybody knows Ciao Bella, but for me, it's the first Ciao Bella stencils that I ever bought. Came back from holiday, I bought it there. So there we have it. The gray can easily be turned into tags. We'll probably get about 4 tags out of here, or if you want a longer tag or a bookmark, even a belly band, anything. This can really be changed into anything. So these ones I don't throw away. This was a matte black. Sadly, there's a sticker here. Would it come off? I doubt it. It might or might not. I'm not going to bother with that now. This was the same thing. It was cut out the way that it was. That's the stencil that was in here. You can use that. Just alter it, and it will be a beautiful pocket from another side, from the right side. Or it could be at the bottom. You can have something go in there. Maybe put your cellophane pocket in there, seal it with another piece of cardstock, and it could be a flap with some dried flowers or little punch outs or postage stamps, whatever you want to put. But a beautiful piece of cardstock. Yes, of course, the back, but you can alter it or simply glue it down. So enough of those ones. Then let me just close this. That's an accident waiting to happen. Also cardstocks that came from packaging material. Beautiful. These ones are white. Beautiful. You can make postcards from them. If you don't have a stamp set or a stencil, you can actually just draw a line in the middle, draw lines for the address, put a place for the faux vintage postage stamp, and you can cover it at the back. Painting, watercolor paint, acrylics, stamping, a picture, whatever you want, and you can use these for postcards. So that's why I always say you can use anything that's around you. These ones were from a local brand that we get here, probably stencils or something, if I look at it. But look at the beautiful print. Again, you can make or turn this into tags, maybe cut it down. What do I mean with that? Let's do one just to give you an idea. I'm just going to eyeball this. So maybe just cut it there, and there goes the craft knife again. I just closed it. Let's just line it up properly on the lines. Makes it easier to cut straight. Trim that. There's one. You can use it as is. You can use a punch or simply that little card again. Just make sure it's flush there, and on top, cut it. You can use an alt tag, and let me show you the way. Then you're going to just flip this over and use this one. Make sure it's flush, top and to the side. Otherwise, it will not be the same. Your tag will just look funny if it's not the same. And there we go. So that's the way that you will do that. And there you have a tag. You can either punch a hole in there or can keep it as it is. This one just have a little piece there. There we go. And it didn't cost you anything. Now, I would not do much to this side. You can if you want to, but from this side, I will then go ahead and alter it. Yes, it's got a bit of a sheen to it, but if you want to stamp on it, I would first just cover it with copy paper and then start, or you can paint it with gesso and then start with your process of alteration. So there we have that. These ones are pretty much all the same. See, another sticker that might just, could punch it out and it will look like a sticker though. There you can see I tried to take it down and it's torn the paper there. Still a piece standing up. All of them pretty much have got that on there. You can see I took that one off and sadly added it somewhere else. But they are those ones. So let me take these ones out of the way. We spoke about them. Now, I am absolutely a Tim Holtz fan for obvious reasons. Amazing products. And no, I am not dissing any other artists out there, creators that are making all these beautiful things for us to use. I'm just a Tim fan. But I just have to add, not so much a Halloween fan. I'm one of those sensitive viewers. There's another one that is not Tim Holtz. Again, just a beautiful piece of cardstock that can be used. I'll just keep it to one side, ready for when I need to. These are all Tim Holtz. Now, I had bought some stencils over time, some stamps, some of his little ideology thingies, whatever they might be. I used this previously. You can see I cut out flaps. I covered a project, the flaps of an envelope book with this, and it was easy paper. Now, I'm tilting this so that you can see there's a bit of a shine to it. How did I get that away? I just simply painted it with a bit of matte Mod Podge, just to take that glare away. And you can see it's truly packaging material. Also from the ideology range, little ephemera pieces. An electric collection, as it's printed there, of printed memorabilia. So there we go. Here we also have a few that's not Tim Holtz. I have ordered a few things, junk journal stuff that was available, but I love the vintagey look of this, so I will not throw this away. So let's take that out as well and put it in its place. Now, there are darker parts, there are lighter parts. These are the ones that are stencils. No, I don't throw them out. I keep them. As you can see, they are all stencils. These were all stencils. So, beautiful little tags. You can use that whole part in the middle. that can be included as a little embellishment somewhere. It's just amazing to use. If you want to, you can cut out the mixed media to add somewhere. You can use this as you want. This was, don't even ask me, design ruler. Okay, that was quite some time ago and I haven't used it yet. Also a beautiful piece. You can fold it over and make a little booklet, a notepad with it. Tags, belly bands. You can punch it out as parts. That you can do with all of these pieces. Make flowers from them. Cut it into labels. Whatever you desire. You can turn these type of things into whatever you wish. Now, some of those washi tapes that I spoke about earlier, I'll show you those. Let me just get these out of the way, and the workspace is a bit neater. Now, these are still in their little packaging. You can see I haven't opened them. It's that one that I showed you the little tag from. I've opened the box this morning. Now, you can use these things. Now, this is gorgeous. If you lift this up very carefully, sometimes they really, really stick quite a bit. Don't rush, then you're going to tear it. But take your time, and there you have a beautiful sticker that you can add. Now, what do I do with this? Yes, you guessed it. Use one of those packaging material thingies, put it on there, not too much. I've got a few others that I can add there, all from this range. And look at those beautiful stickers that you can now add to the back, somewhere on a collage. Did it cost you anything? Nope, nothing. Just your patience in taking them off. There, another one. And this one pulled a bit of the plastic off. But let's see if we can fix that for a moment. Just pull in the opposite direction. And there we have it. If it's going to go up too much, just use some glue when you are sticking it down. So this will be opened up. Some of them have it, not all of them have it. There are some of these. And as I said, doesn't cost you anything. Yes, there's a bit of Chinese at the bottom, or top in this case there. It's the bottom part, but I've turned it upside down. So there's little stickers that you can use. I hope this was useful and it can trigger you into looking at things differently so that you can incorporate these things in your journaling. Just a bit of time to salvage these things, but they can be useful for you. Thank you for joining me. Please go look at things differently, see what you can gather. It's all around you. It's just a matter of recognizing you can use it. If you want to see more content like this, give me a thumbs up. And as always, I'll appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel too. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that little notification bell so that you can be notified of new content whenever I upload. See you back soon. Goodbye.